What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the German Bear Podcast. And today we want to talk about the Bears' victory over the Tennessee Titans in Week 1 of the NFL regular season. And today, guys, this is just basically my instant reaction after the Chicago Bears gladly beat the Tennessee Titans in Week 1. That means this week will be no film room episode because tomorrow I'm going on a vacation, so I won't be able to actually make a film breakdown of the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams' performance, which is unfortunate because there's probably a lot of interesting stuff that happened on tape that I would love to investigate, but we're going to be back with Week 2 against the Houston Texans, talking about more in-depth football and looking at the All-22. So today is just my instant reaction, what I felt like was the issue on offense and how incredible defense was, especially in the second half, and just the overall job for the Chicago Bears in this game. Now, with that being said, let's get right into it and start off with the offense, which was an offense that was not able to put up a touchdown in this game. A couple of field goals helped the Chicago Bears out a little bit, but I mean, it was 3 field goals in general by Cairo Santos, but it was not really the offense that put the ball there, right? It was the defense that gave the Bears a chance in this game. Now, my biggest issue for the Chicago Bears offense overall has been, honestly, Shane Waldron. But I'm going to talk about that in a second. I don't think it's all about him and what he was not able to do in this game. There's a couple of factors that played into it. Now, one issue I had with him coaching this game was it's Week 1, I know, and it happens around the league. I mean, the Bengals struggled heavily. A lot of teams struggled. But I did not like the approach of getting away from the run game that quickly and just throwing Caleb Williams under the fire against a very good Titans defense that obviously gave him pressure all the time, and that's not easy anyways, but I felt like we could have done a lot more in the run game with counters, powers, and just got our offensive linemen moving because we got very agile offensive linemen. We don't have dudes that can really power through guys. Maybe Darnell Wright, he's the only true power guy, and Tevin Jenkins, but 3 other guys I don't think can go through people. So I would have liked a little bit more movement up front from the offensive line, and I think we should have sticked a little bit more with running the football because it seemed like Caleb was not comfortable in the offense, and he has every right to do it. I mean, there's so many situations where we then just went pass, or run pass, where I felt like, especially the first drive in the second half, Velus Jones Jr. starts it off with a very good, I think it was a crack toss or stretch play to the left. He gets good yards. Why don't we keep feeding a running back or something like that, right? We get yards. We get a good push by the offensive line. And then we followed it up with a couple more passes, just pass, and just make or force Caleb Williams to make good decisions against very tight coverage by the Tennessee Titans. And they played a really good game in their zone coverage. So I felt like Caleb was not being put in a good spot. So from a play calling perspective, we could have done a whole lot better. Also, there were personnel decisions by Shane Waldron that I didn't like. Talking about Travis Homer at a wide receiver, DeAndre Carter playing for most of the game. Yes, it correlates with Keenan Allen not being completely healthy, and he had to be held out for the rest of the game, so I hope he's good. But I felt like we could have done such a better job setting up play actions that actually go outside the pocket, with a better protection. Players were also not executing, just remembering one missed block from Kari Blesingame on an in-pocket play action. But I also wasn't a fan of the in-pocket play action plays because the interior of the offensive line was killed all game. Why do we keep Caleb in the pocket when we consistently get pressure from the interior? And that's a long developing play, so we need good protection here. So I don't think that was the best approach by Shane Waldron here either. And just overall, it seemed like a very sloppy game plan from the get-go. Now, to counter that, first of all, it's Week 1. A lot of teams struggle, and you don't know really what you face, right? The Titans got basically a completely new defensive coordinator, a lot of new players on defense. So everything changed, and you can't really know what they're doing and how they line up to you. But I feel like we could have adjusted a little bit better and could have gotten something going. Now, another part or aspect why Shane Waldron couldn't really call a good game was the offensive line. Horrible performance by the offensive line. Coleman Shelton had a terrible game. Ryan Bates didn't look too great either. Nate Davis got benched. It seems like he was terrible. Braxton Jones got just killed by the bull rush like he usually gets. I think it was not a good performance. Tevin Jenkins messed a couple of plays up. Now, the only guy I didn't really saw any issues with was Darnell Wright. I don't know if that's going to be an issue on the All-22, but for my first instincts here. It wasn't too much on him on that game. So that's that for the offensive line. Not a really good game. And then just for the rest, I mean, a couple of standouts that I wrote down. DeAndre Swift didn't get too much productive plays because the blocking was just horrible. But if he had a little bit of a space, he made people miss. The hurdle play was pretty big. So I think he's a really good player. We just got to get a little bit better blocks, and he's going to go absolutely off for us this season. DJ Moore made a lot of things happen on screen plays and quick dump offs. The play where he got basically a jet sweep was insane. Just the patience as a runner. So really good stuff from him. And then I want to say Keenan Allen had a solid game. Obviously, he dropped a touchdown in the end zone, which is such unfortunate for Caleb because that was a perfect ball. Uncharacteristic play for Keenan Allen, but I think he's going to make that play the next time he gets a chance. And then lastly for the offense, Caleb Williams. I think he made the most out of his situation. Yes, there was a couple of missed throws, but man, if you put your rookie quarterback under pressure almost every single drop back, I don't expect a lot more difference from the outcome that we had with the Bears today. Caleb Williams, it was his first NFL game action. He made a lot of mistakes, but I think that's actually great because the Bears still came out on top. He got his win as a rookie starter, which hasn't happened in whatsoever many years, and he can learn from those mistakes. Same for Shane Waldron. They're going to get the offense fixed. I'm pretty confident in that. Today was not a good outing, but I think Caleb showed a couple of good things, a couple of good throws. Obviously, the touchdown would have been nice to Keenan, but there's only so many things you can do, and it seemed like the offense was just off in general, so it's really hard for a rookie in his debut to really carry that. So I'm really confident in Caleb. I think no one actually is panicking, so I'm not either, obviously. So Caleb's going to be fine. Let's see how they prepare. They got a little bit longer to prepare for the Texans now. There's tape out. Texans played, obviously, week 1, too, so let's make sure we get better on offense. Not a great performance by any means, but we got the win. That's all that matters. And with that being said, quickly move on to the defense. And I mean, yes, it was such a pain to watch offense today for the Chicago Bears, but special teams and especially defense in the second half was one of the most fun I had in a long time watching the Bears from that aspect. And I got to say one thing, the Bears got a heck of a defense again, which gets me so excited because that helps a young rookie quarterback who has struggled now. Obviously, it was his first game, but man, we needed a defense that can step up, and they definitely did today. Just a couple of guys that I have big pluses on. Darrell Taylor, I made a film room episode on him a couple of days ago, or a week ago now probably. After we acquired him, I was super excited for him to come here with a speed rush. Showed it off immediately. 2 sacks today. Also had a forced fumble. He was giving Will Levis hell on those tackles for the Tennessee Titans. So Darrell Taylor, so happy we got him late in preseason and just added that guy to our rotation. Big time addition here. Andrew Billings played the game of his life. He was stuffing the run like crazy. The Bears had a midsection in the second quarter of this game where they really struggled against the run, but third to fourth quarter, Andrew Billings just decided to take over and stuff the damn run. What a good guy. And then he also was really good in the pass rush, right? He's not a fast guy. He's a very big dude built to stop the run. He was able to get into the backfield a couple of times. Crazy work. Secondary, I mean, holy shit. Jalen Johnson and Tyreek Stevenson look absolute lockdown. Jalen was badly beat on one play by Calvin Ridley, but almost got a pick off of it. So good recovery speed from the poorly thrown ball by Levis. But he made the final interception to seal the deal here on a good play in coverage. You got Tyreek Stevenson, who was reacting fast and got a pick six. And just the secondary in general, I think really was playing well. Brisker was playing good, came down strong on a couple of plays, made good tackles. Kevin Byard was balling out. I didn't see too much from Kyler Gordon today, but he was around the football quite a lot. And then also our linebackers, right? I think at times the D-line was kind of silly against the run, so the linebackers had to fill in. But TJ Edwards is such a good tackler. 15 total tackles, just going crazy early on the year, 2 TFLs, and then also shout out to Tremaine Edmonds, who's such a crazy athlete. He was carrying, I think, Tony Pollard, or no, it was Tyjae Spears, very athletic running back for the Titans, on a mesh concept out of empty where they were trying to pick on him and just create space for Tyjae Spears. So on that play, he was working around that pick play, Tremaine Edmonds, and still triggered down and made the tackle right before the down marker to force a punt on 4th down. Crazy play by Edmonds. Elite linebacking play today, I think, and just really great stuff. Gervon Dexter also had a big-time sack. He looks incredible. I like how we used him outside and inside today, moving him around the defensive line. Same for DeMarcus Walker. I mean, overall defense was insane. Shout out Jonathan Owens, who got a special teams play touchdown here, and Daniel Hardy getting that block. Man, special teams. DeAndre Carter, also quick shout out to him, who had a huge return too. Special teams and defense is looking incredible. It's just now about fixing the offense. And with the amount of weapons we have, I think we should be in a good place. And with more preparation and week 1 now out of the way, we got a big bad performance out of the way early in the season as well. So get it out of the system now. I'm fine with that. I think if we get the offense under control, we're going to have a really, really good and fun year. And I'm confident we're going to get it done. Caleb is a special player. Get the first nerfs out at home. I mean, that's absolutely fine. And I really enjoyed watching defense and special teams today. So that's a big plus for the Bears. And shout out Matt Eberflus just shutting down the Titans in the second half. Crazy, crazy work. Also, just going back to offense real quick, I'm sorry that's all over the place. It's just my thoughts after the game. Why do we not use Cole Kmet, Shane Waldron? Why do we use Gerald Everett, who, to me, doesn't add more value in the passing game than Cole Kmet? So I hope that gets fixed. Cole Kmet is a really good player. We got to use him, man. We really got to use him. I hate to see him not being on the field. But with that being said, that's the end of the episode. Actually, I'm going to enjoy my vacation and gladly watch the Bears against the Texans there. And then you guys should hear from me again as soon as the Bears-Texans game is over with another Film Room episode on Caleb Williams, deep diving into his Week 2 performance and how he just shakes off, hopefully, that Week 1 performance. But at the end of the day, the Bears got a W. I think we all can be happy, and we can learn from this game. Again, it's a good learning game for the Bears offense, so that actually gets me excited how they respond in Week 2. But as I said, that's the end of the episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the Bears' Week 1 performance against the Titans. I'm open for a discussion in the comments down below. Like and subscribe if you liked the video. Check out Instagram and Twitter if you want to as well. And as always, guys, bear down.